Man, that's another old one. I wish I remembered all these cards as well.
Auriok Siege Sled. I don't really think
Siege
a
Sled.
sledge is that great. All right, we are in a match, but our clock is that clock is not right. We are not 14 minutes overtime.
Yeah, it's from last round. On the
Yes.
Yeah, and these are also not the correct player names. We have Kobie Speth, who is playing blue-white Stoneblade, and he's going to be battling against Erik Peters, who's playing TPS.
TPS. What's TPS?
The Perfect Storm.
The Perfect Storm. I've heard of that movie. It wasn't that good.
Yeah, it wasn't really that good.
No, it wasn't good at all. But the deck is awesome. All right, so Erik leads off with an Underground Sea as well. So both players are just fetching and shuffling and shuffling and shuffling.
So, Kobie Speth is...
I mean, there's nothing really special, right? It's just he does have red for
Pyroblast postboard, things like that, right?
yes, Pyroblast postboard
EE.
and is for his EE.
Engineered explosives, for those of you unaware.
All right, so a duress from Erik Peters reveals a Jace the Mind Sculptor, a Swords, and a Snapcaster Mage. Obviously, Jace. Nothing, the other two cards don't do anything.
Yeah, I mean, and now Erik Peters knows that he can just go off completely unmolested here. So I'm going to take that Jace out of Kobie's hand. And see, I mean, Kobie's going to need some disruption, and fast, if he's going to want a chance against this Storm deck.
All right. Volcanic Island for Erik Peters. And I mean, everything's clear. I don't know if he can actually go off yet, but if he can empty his hand, he does have the Infernal Tutor to go for the Tendrils. I don't know if that's going to be a possibility. Brainstorm. He's keeping his hand real tight. I wonder what I don't even know what that black card was.
Tendrils of Agony?
Was it a Tendrils?
I believe it was, yeah.
All right. Untaps after the Brainstorm. Has a Lotus Petal. Let's see if he's going to start going off.
I believe he is.
All right. Just going to make sure that he gets to clear the way. Spell Pierce kind of proves that, like, I still think you're fine going off. Like,
I would definitely go off here.
Yeah.
I mean,
You would have had to draw
another draw step.
Oh, he's just going to say go.
He has the pedal, doesn't he?
Yeah.
So he could have just
use that to start ritualing. I guess I have to see the rest of his hand. It's such a Storm is such a complicated deck that we don't really know. Without perfect information, we might not know if he can't go off. It's kind of like one of those as commentators, we just have to let it ride and see what happens.
That's fair.
And we can't really analyze much because we can't see his entire hand. We don't know exactly when he can go off, and the Blue White Miracles deck isn't really doing anything. I don't really know. Is this? It's weird. Do you call it Blue White Miracles just because it has Terminus in it?
I think it's a Stoneblade deck. It's not a Miracles deck because I mean it's a Stoneforge Mystic deck. So Erik, being and that top is actually a little bit bad for Erik because Kobie can use that to find disruption.
Mm-hmm.
Could have sworn never mind, it's fine.
That he should have been able to go off?
Yeah, with the number of rituals he had, plus the pedal and the... He's waiting for...
And I've been told online that this is technically not the Perfect Storm. The Perfect Storm is a vintage deck. Give me a break, man. It's hard to know exactly what the names are.
I mean, I've heard people refer to the Legacy version.
I thought it was the Perfect Storm.
Oh. I mean, it plays LED. I thought the difference between the other versions in this version. I mean, it doesn't have the it doesn't have the Iggy Pop combo in it. Like,
I don't even.
ill-gotten gains.
Oh, yeah.
So, you know, if you have the ill-gotten gains combo, I always thought you were, I thought the version that has the LED and does not have that.
Right,
so commonly referred to as
he topped
TBS, but that's fine.
Yeah, looked at the top. Looked at the top 3 cards, didn't like them, shuffled them away. I miss playing with top in that. I love the counterbalance top Goif deck in extended.
And I used to, whenever somebody played that against me, we always went to time. So much shuffling.
Another genius thing from Erik Klug, he was like, come on guys, Geist Catcher's Rig, and then he shows us a picture of the Ghostbusters car. Obviously. Alright. Snapcaster Mage comes down, revealing the Swords to Plowshare. And if that's not enough insurance to go up, I don't know what is. Still can't go? Still can't get there? What?
I thought I saw an Infernal Tutor too.
Alrighty. Let's see if we can get like a Force of Will is live now because there are 6 lands in play, so he can like spin, he can like shuffle, look, spin it, and Force of Will. So we do have hard counters.
It's gonna be pretty good. I mean, if he can time that correctly to hit a thresholded ritual, then it's gonna be in a pretty good spot here. Yep, so Erik Peters trying another card here, and
It's so crazy that your opponent has a Swords to Plowshare and you can't go off as your Storm deck. It seems like maybe a touch of variance, or I mean, I did see the red, like the Passing Flame, so all those spells get cast twice.
There's a Tendrils and a million rituals in his hand.
I don't know. I don't play Storm. I don't like combo. I like combat. I like the beatdown. The beatdown is by far my favorite aspect of the game. Love combat, so I can never see myself playing a deck like this.
I love the combo.
Combo's bleh. So he's got
fun.
He does have 6 cards in graveyard, so if he sacks a Lotus Petal, don't those Cabal Therapies get turned on? Or the Cabal Rituals, sorry.
Infernal Tutor here.
Well, I mean, he really doesn't need... Yeah, so he just wants more rituals.
That also thresholds him. So, I mean, now he can go off through a Force. Oh yeah, so the next turn is what we're talking about. The
yeah.
So another top activation, and a Terminus. Not going to be very good for Kobie here.
All right, so Snapcaster gets in for 2, and hopefully now he's going to have enough to get through this.
It's looking like he will. So I'm gonna lead off with a Cabal Ritual. If that resolves.
Yeah, a Threshold Cabal Ritual.
No. If that resolves, then he can be pretty sure that he's gonna be able to go off here.
And it sucks because he knows he has another one, but once the combo starts, then all the soft counters like Spell Pierce go out the window. And
I'm also surprised Erik didn't lead with the pedal to dodge Spell Pierce here.
Well, you can't because you can't pay for it because then you don't have any more red mana to Passing Flames.
That's true.
Yeah.
All right, so 5 mana goes to 8 mana after the second threshold of Cabal Ritual. 11.
All
14.
Right. That's so much manas. So we have 14 black in our pool. We're going to play Lotus Petal. Alright, so now with that red, we're not going to show him that we have an extra in case he wants to try to counter this, since it would be just, you know, a waste.
Yep. And
yeah, there's a Hardcast Force. This will drop him.
Force.
So this drops him down to 11 black mana in his pool?
Yes.
Yes.
5, 8, 11, 14. Plus 1, 15, minus 4, 11. 11 black mana.
Alright, and so now Lotus Petal comes down. Sacks that, plays the Pass in Flames. Alright. Now, if that resolves, that would be pretty much the game. I don't. Yeah. It would take too long for Erik to find any other way to like
so 8 black mana floating.
He would need to draw a bunch of Dark Rituals just to get to a point where he can flashback a Pass in Flames. I mean, it's kind of in the sense like once you want to flashback a Pass in Flames, so then if you do get countered, like it depends if that 1 mana is relevant, but I don't think it is with 3 Cabal Rituals in the Cabal Rituals in the graveyard. Then that's just that 1 extra mana if he does get there on this, if he does find a force or something. So if that gets countered, then that 1 mana will be extremely more important later when you're trying to flashback and cast that first Cabal Ritual.
Yeah.
Like right now, that the free mana I don't think is relevant. Alright, resolves.
Yep. And now he's just going to flashback a whole bunch of stuff, and then Tendrils, Kobie.
Flash all back. He does have 2 Tendrils in his deck, right? 4 Tendrils remaining, wow.
Yeah, so back up to 11 after this Cabal Ritual resolves.
Up to 14.
Mm-hmm.
He's just like, yeah, okay, I do have it, just so you know.
Yeah. He also has the Infernal Tutor in his yard, so he could cast discard spells before he Infernal
Tutors. Yeah, he could discard his own card, cast Infernal Tutor. With that much mana and that many resources, you can do whatever you want.
It's true.
That is...
You can even just deal your opponent 20 damage, gain 20 life. So it's going to deal a lot more than 20. But...
Alright, there we go. Alright, so what can Kobie really do out of the sideboard? We have Counterbalance, which seems very good. So we can bring in 4 Counterbalances.
Yeah, that's the ideal card.
3 Surgical Extractions.
Mm-hmm.
Surgical seems very good. And you get to get rid of all your removal, like Swords to Plowshares, and all that. Like, now I remember back in the day, Legacy decks like this would have a sideboard with like Dark Confidants. That's gone, right? Erik doesn't have any creatures?
No, he doesn't have a Confidant board. He has an Ad Nauseam in his sideboard.
What are the gut shots for? He has 4 gut shots. That's interesting.
Thalia?
Oh, yeah. That one guy.
Yeah. And gut shot is also free Storm. So, I mean, a lot of the time when you're playing like a Legacy Storm deck, you're not necessarily going to need to... actually go infinite. You can just create enough Storm to passively kill your opponent by double Tendrilsing them. Gotcha, can be pretty good there.
Yeah.
No card I'm happy is not legal in Legacy. Mind's Desire. It wouldn't be very fun.
I mean, the cards that are banned are reasons. Like, that seems very bad. Like, so every time I'm building my Legacy deck for a tournament, I'm like going through I'm going through all of my cards in my standard box, and I like run to Mental Misstep, and I'm like, Mental Misstep seems like it would be sweet in Legacy. Why is no one playing Mental Misstep? And because I never played Legacy when that was legal. And then I'm like, oh yeah, it's banned. But there's this one time I completely forgot, and I'm like, Jerry, why is no one playing this card? And he looks at me and he just lolls for like good 90 seconds. It's like, are you kidding me? That was legal, and it was the most glorious 6 months of my life. All he did is showed up for Legacy events and won. It was so easy. And I'm like, oh, okay, so Mental Misstep was good. Yeah. All right, so. But yeah, so all the cards that are banned in this format seem like they deserve. Like some of them, sure, they can come back. Like they brought back land tax, that seems fine.
Yeah, I don't think land tax is a problem here. Director's trying to give us food poisoning again.
Yeah, they want us to order food from the same place that we lost to. I guess that is true. I just got a tweet that says, does people not realize that Caracas is the best answer to Thalia that Storm can have? That can be true, but you also don't want your mana resources to be able to be Wasteland, right? I mean, I guess it's like Gutshot also helps you with your Storm combo, where Caracas can just be Wastelanded. Or Legend Ruled, like an opponent can, like, if they know Caracas is your answer, then they can just search up a Caracas with their Thalia in play, and then now you can't actually access that. So it's an interesting, but good players will beat that.
Wonderful. But post-board, I mean, the matchup gets a lot better for Kobie. This counterbalance package in his board is something that Erik Peters probably is not expecting, and one of the best things that somebody could have against the Storm deck is counterbalance.
Yeah, it can definitely stop all of the 1-drops, and he does have enough 2-drops to where it'll counter any of the Cabal rituals. And the deck is just 1 and 2 drops. So if that ever resolves, that's really bad. But the Cabal Therapies and the Duresses should really help out with this. And so would... Yeah, that's about all that he has for that. Yeah, I am like really disappointed. I have been in Kansas City for almost 48 hours. And I don't have any barbecue yet.
Yeah, we haven't had barbecue yet.
We haven't had barbecue.
It's pretty disheartening at this point.
It is. It's very sad.
All right, and Kobie's probably going to aggressively mulligan, looking for that counterbalance. It's going to be a key card if he's going to have a chance against Erik Peters' Storm deck here.
Yeah, your Vendilion Clicks, your Snapcaster Mages, and your counterspells are really good, but the deck has so many cards like Stoneforge Mystic combo and like stuff like that, and you don't get to take it all out because you have so many dead cards anyway that it's just tough. Like you don't have that many keepable hands.
I don't know. I think post board it's in Kobie's favor.
Really?
Yeah. He's counterbalance top post board.
But he has to assemble it.
I don't know. I played back when Legacy was a lot of Storm and a lot of counterbalance top, and that was by far Storm's worst matchup.
I don't know. I don't know if I can agree with that. I think that deck was more designed with counterbalance. This comes in and it's not really a counterbalance deck, right? It's a sideboard strategy.
Fair enough.
Like Storm.
Brendan DeCandio again pointing out that Caracas is main deckable and it beats Gaddock.
People are still going people are going really deep on this ride thing, like Graveshell Scarab. I don't even know if that's we can say any creature is rideable then. It has to be an actual vehicle.
Kargan Dragonlord, he's got a sweet ride.
That's true, yeah. Dragons are probably the best rides.
Yeah.
Yeah. No wonder. That's why Killer's so cool. He already knew that, and he wanted to become the Dragon Master, because we realized that the best ride in Magic is actually dragons. Unbelievable, Brian Kibler. Unbelievable.
Right. So, Kobie Speth leading things off with a Sensei's Divining Top.
It's divining.
Divining?
Yeah.
Look at the pronunciation of divining.
It's divining. All right, just say who's right. On Twitter, tell us who's right. Duress from Erik Peters shows Force of Will and a Vendilion Click. I would personally take the Vendilion Click.
It's Duress.
Shh. Let's see what they say. Okay, Force of Will is taken. Upkeep top.
All right, and another Force found off the top of the deck for Kobie.
Oh, wow, Erik doesn't have a land, so even though Kobie doesn't really have much action going on, Erik is not able to combo off.
And I mean, that's something that happens pretty often when you're playing.
Ooh. All right, well, let's go to game 3.
Well, I mean, it's going to be a long time before it ends, but I can pretty confidently say that Erik Pieters is not going to win this one.
No, it's gonna take a miracle, but the miracles are in the other deck. Oh yeah.
Not anymore.
Just so you guys are well aware that it is getting into the late rounds of Legacy, and you're just going to have to deal with the Brad and
the Brad and JBL.
The Brad and JBL show. Oh, Brad's correct. Yeah, but I feel like some of the people would just say I'm correct on everything when it comes to you. Like,
probably.
Yeah, we can't let JBL think he's right. All right, so counterbalance Sensei's top. So how this game is going to play out is nothing's going to happen for the next 10 minutes. So they're just going to keep going back and forth, back and forth. Well, Erik's going to be trying to set up a draw to beat this, but he's not going to be able to. He's just going to wait to see what Kobie kept in to win the game. But what Kobie does have is the Vendillion Click. So he's going to Vendillion Click Erik, see what's going on, figure out his game plan, attack him 7 times, the game's going to be over.
Yep. So I think Kobie's just going to go ahead and V-Click right now on Erik's end step.
Yep.
And then we have 7 turns until game 3.
Yes. Yeah, that's right. Divining. Maybe this is a good time to figure out what I want to eat from...
For barbecue?
For barbecue, yeah.
Counterbalance has been assembled on screen. Time to figure out what you want to eat.
Well, I have this access to internet. Choi, stop shaking your head. All right, so Vendillion Click comes down. Let's see what you're working with. Chain of Vapor, Duress, Cabal Ritual, Dark Ritual, Infernal Tutor, Tendrils. It's like, at this point with counterbalance lock, you just want as much information. Even if the cards are really good, you don't want any surprises. Because you can just set it up with no matter what. Right?
Yeah, I mean, you just leave it.
Yeah, you can just set
pretty
up whatever
much no matter what. And, I mean, the thing is as soon as Kobie has a 2 somewhere on the top of his deck, and he already has this top here, ooh, Kobie takes the duress. I don't know if I like that. I mean, it really does not make much of a difference right now, but...
Yeah, I mean, what does the Duress do? Duress takes a card, he's got 1 card in his hand.
Yeah, so Kobie leaves a 1 and 2 on the top of his deck. Cannot lose. Another Tundra. I appreciate the Tundra. There's some nice wildlife appearing in that land. You know, it's such a desolate place. I think it's some bears.
There's bears on a Tundra?
Yeah.
That's awesome. I didn't know that. Alright, so Vendillion Click gets in, starts knocking Erik Pieters down. That's 1 attack. 6 more to go.
6 more to go, that's right.
Can we get a counter?
Yeah.
Counter on the screen?
Turns remaining in game 2.
Yes.
Counter.
Just the amount of times that Vendillion Click attacks. See if we're right. That's 1.
Erik Pieters discards.
All right, untap attack. That's 2.
We have 2 attacks. All right, Erik Pieters down to 13. Now, 12 divided by 3 is 4, so that means there are 5 attacks left this V-Click before we're into.
All right, Lotus Petal, top. Let's see if there's a land on top.
Is there a land in his top 3 cards?
I don't know. Let's see if there's a land. Is there a land?
Can he pull it off? Does he have a land?
There's a land!
Oh, Erik, not too happy about that one.
Yeah, gets his spell counter.
That counterbalance,
Readjust.
So lucky to have a land on the top of your top 3 cards.
Exactly. Readjust his top, untaps attacks for the 3rd time. In response, end of turn, Chain of Vapor, target counterbalance. If he does not have a 1-drop, he's going to have to use that top. Ooh, but Brainstorm.
Brainstorm. And Brainstorm, when you have Counterbalance in play, is essentially a dismiss for 1 mana.
It is. It's so good.
Yeah.
All right. Flip over. Showing a 1-drop. Counters the Chain of Vapors.
Yeah.
Erik untaps under the pressure of 4 more attacks. He just concedes. He doesn't want to see them. We're going to game 3.
Their only concession there. So it could still survive for 4 more turns there.
It could.
That's what happens in... You remember how I was saying Counterbalance is really good against Storm? Remember that whole
Erik's pulling
thing?
this out. He's got it. He's got the turn 1 kill. This deck can turn 1, right?
This deck can turn 1.
Let's turn. All right, let's start the chant. Everyone at home, do it with me.
Turn 1.
Turn 1. Turn 1. Turn 1. Okay, you guys keep continuing it. Keep it going.
Yeah, you guys keep it going. We'll keep talking.
Yes, we'll keep talking because, like, I'm guessing that 99% of you that didn't join in there are getting already annoyed at us saying turn 1.
Yeah, probably.
But that 1%, I love you all.
Yeah, I'm glad you're still saying it.
Keep going.
Yeah, don't stop.
Believe in. Hold on to the feeling. I wish I could sing or I would do it more. I'm really bad at it. Like, absolutely horrible.
I might be worse.
There's no way.
To the left of Erik Peters there's Ryan Overture sitting that chair. Same there, probably piloting Rug Delver, his deck of choice. All right. And maybe we could have you performing on SCG Idol in the near future.
Oh my god, that sounds amazing.
Yeah, we could definitely do that. Yeah, Brad and I have decided that at some point we're going to do a best of 11 Rug Delver mirror.
Yes, we're going to see who is better in the Rug mirror because we both think we'll win.
Yes. Well, I thought you told me you'd give me odds, and I thought if I had odds, it was very easy to win. Right?
If you, like, I have to start at 17 life and 6
No,
points.
those are way too good. Your argument was that if we played 10 matches, you thought you would win 9 of them, and I'm pretty sure I'll win at least 4.
Alright, so game has started, and that is a
Gitaxium Probe.
We haven't seen that one yet in the matchup.
And it looks like Kobie has a Counterbalance in his opening hand, but does not have the lands to play it. Does look like he has a lot of ways to dig for it, though. Yeah, he has that top, he has some Brainstorms, and, you know, there's just a blue source on top of Kobie's deck.
Turn 1. Turn 1. Turn
I believe.
1.
I believe.
Nah.
Oh, brutal.
I'm sorry for everyone that was still chanting.
So turn 1 has not happened here.
We just couldn't get there. All right. Tundra casually hits the board. That was the smoothest land I've ever seen drop. That's what I got.
I also like that Kobie chose not to play that top on his first turn, instead leaving open Spell Pierce. This way, you know, he's not just going to lose to some turn 2 combo by Erik.
No, he's better than that.
Two cards back from that Brainstorm, making sure he's going to hit this second land now. Does find the second land, and going to play the top, again, leaving open Spell Pierce. A Brainstorm, end step from Kobie.
All right. All right, so Volcanic Island for Erik Peters. All right.
So, can Erik Peters kill Kobie this turn? If not, it's going to be rough.
Yeah, once that Counterbalance gets online, he's got a Spell Pierce, he's got more Brainstorms. It's too much. It's too much to handle for a Storm deck. These Counterbalance Sensei's Divining Top matchups for Storm are just so hard to deal with.
Gitaxium Probe.
All right, one more. Drops him to 16. Let's see what's shaking. We've got Stoneforge Mystic and a Ponder added to the battlefront. And let's go off. There's no... He's still got a Spell Pierce. It's really tough to deal with. How do we win? Erik Peters, find the way. It hasn't changed? All right, good.
All right, so this Delta can come down for Erik now.
Oh man, we need so bad. We need the meme still better than Twilight.
Oh no, Erik, why did you do that? No.
What is he doing?
He cast Ponder before he tried to cast his Dark Ritual. And he needs to go off this turn or he's in counterbalance lock.
Well, no, but he has to find, he needs to find a Duress, or he'll just Spell Pierce and then he'll pay, but he won't have any colored mana to do anything else.
I mean, you're going to be choking the colored mana anyway if you find the Duress. You're going to be in the exact same position.
No, because, I know. I don't know.
Gage Bunting, Raul Torita, and Scott
Duress!
Duress.
Get that counterbalance. Why did you not Spell Pierce it? Because I guess you could Dark Ritual.
Raul Torita and Scott Haytip. Please head to the pairings board next to the gear.
Alright, so he can take
for your draft challenge.
Alright, so he's going to go ahead and take that Spell Pierce and... What? Wait, what? What's going on? Alright, well, it looks like he took the Spell Pierce, but... He didn't.
He has to go off.
So
now the counterbalance just kills him.
Yeah, he's counterbalance locked. Yeah.
I don't know.
This is rough. Does he have a pedal in hand?
No. If he had a pedal, I think he would have tried to go off.
Yeah. I mean, if he had a pedal, it would be really easy to go off.
Yeah, Dark Ritual, Burning Wish, Infernal Tutor, a bunch of stuff. I don't know.
Yeah. All these.
I had them.
Alright, and no third land for Kobie, so... And because he doesn't have a third land, that means he's almost assuredly got another Disruption spell. And the problem is, even if he just plays the counterbalance without any mana up, he can just blank all ones.
Yeah.
And isn't that just good enough?
It's tough. I mean, it is going to be really hard to come back.
So you remember when they were going to sideboard and I said that Kobie had a big advantage in post-boarded games?
Yeah, you should stop talking. But yeah, I don't really know how he gets out of it. It seems very tough.
Yeah.
All the removal comes out, all the dead cards. Now you have this just locked that just beats him.
Once again, standard Winnabox number 4. Please head to the red side of the
Oh, sorry, I'm in that Winnabox. I gotta go. Glenn, can you take over? I'm in that Winnabox.
Classic Gerard play.
All right, it's just tough. Like what? All right, so we're gonna start going off. We're gonna see if we can get there.
Dark Ritual. Kobie, you're gonna let me Dark Ritual? All right, 3 black in pool. Infernal Tutor. 1 black floating.
Just a Infernal Tutor, practically just a ritual for 1. No, it's just it doesn't do anything.
Yep, it does not do anything.
It just builds Storm.
Yes, Storm Builder.
Interesting, yeah, because he paid 2 mana, then he has to pay 1 mana for the ritual just to get back up to the 3 mana he once had. God, that's so good. It's like my favorite tweet ever.
Alright, Ritual. 3 black floating.
3 black.
Ritual, 5 black floating.
5 in the pool. Ooh, I think we're gonna see some tokens. We're gonna see some goblin tokens.
Some goblins?
I think some Warrens need to be emptied.
All right. And it's a...
It's 2 Past in Flames and a Burning Wish. I feel like... Oh, we're going to Past in Flames. Past in Flames.
Goes for the Past in Flames.
We have
2 black floating. Counter
spell.
No.
Ooh, that's a hurt.
It all falls apart.
If Erik Peters' deck was a vehicle, his wheels just fell off.
Yep. Just Burning Wish. And what is he going to find with this Burning Wish? It is a... I don't know. Do you know?
Smelt. That's an instant.
What could it be? Kind of at a loss here for what he's looking for.
Ponder. Yeah, just real rough. Like, now Kobie just has everything. He's got a Ponder and...
Yeah, so he's just gonna counterbalance his turn. Don't really have to be afraid about the Storm deck comboing you out when it has 2 cards in hand.
Yep.
The Past in Flames can help you combo when it has very few cards in hand.
Yeah,
but
here's
not when it has that few
Ponder.
lands.
Yep, cast Ponder, flip top.
Yep, spin the top.
Draw, flip. Oop, counterbalance. Yeah, this is a little embarrassing.
It's pretty
I mean,
rough.
not for either player. I'm just saying, like, how bad this matchup is.
Post board, it's just really, really, really bad. I mean, pre-sideboard, it's in Erik's favor.
Yeah, way in his favor.
But, I mean,
it's kind of like, this matchup feels like a lot like Dredge versus anything. Where you just win so many game ones, but you have such a tough time dealing with post-sideboard games. Especially with someone that has counterbalance.
Side events will be closing.
So a Cabal Ritual.
6 of the Legacy, which is approximately 1 hour from now.
Cabal Ritual is going to allow him to pass in Flames and try to start going off.
This would be a good opportunity to do so. So drafts, commander, a couple winner boxes.
Yep, so
they fixed that counterbalance rule, right?
Which one?
The one where if you don't announce the counterbalance trigger that you already passed it or whatever that is. Wasn't that a rule back in the day where, like, someone who had counterbalance in play and someone played a spell and you're like, top. And that means, well, okay, since you didn't elect the counterbalance trigger, therefore now it's already happened or it doesn't happen or whatever. Or do you always have to, because back then you just had to,
you can just tap in response. I'm pretty sure judges now, like, rule with intent a lot more.
Yeah.
David Seals, if you are still in the hall, please make your way to the main event.
Because it was right around the same time with the Demigod, and I'm like, man, I just hate those 2 rules.
Please make your way to the main event stage.
If you counter Demigod, it's gone. Come on. Let's be real. Alright, 3rd land for Kobie.
The funniest is on Magic Online when they counter the Demigod before the trigger.
Oh, yeah.
It happens all the time. So you can literally see it. A Batter Skull, searched up by Kobie. And, Erik, still with,
yeah, this is just a real rough one. Now we have Batter Skull, and that only takes 3 attacks! 3 more combats. No, 4. 4 more turns.
Yep. 4 more turns. Gotta put it into play. It's gonna be sick. A sick germ.
A very sick germ. On a very dangerous ride. Alright. Brainstorm. And I mean, Erik just keeps like, I'm going to keep playing spells, and you're going to keep countering them. Because that's how we do it.
Yep.
Yeah, Brainstorm. He knew that was there.
Yeah. He had previously brainstormed. At this point, Kobie just wants to leave 1s and 2s on the top of his deck. Draws that Brainstorm.
He's just going to say go. No real reason, since your entire hand is 1, 2, 3 swords and 5s or whatever. Like no reason to even like dig for a land.
Yeah, I mean you even have.
You just have the counter spells and
you have a Brainstorm in your hand with the counterbalance.
Yeah. I wonder if he could have got there if he just went Burning Wish first. That would get countered. Then he goes Passing Flames with a floating mana left, so he could just go flash back the 2 Dark Rituals. I don't know what else he could have done with that mana since he didn't have any red or blue mana left. But maybe something. I mean, he could at least arrest him a million times.
Yeah, and just picked apart the hand.
But then he doesn't have any of his rituals in his graveyard.
Well, no, because he had the tutor. The tutor that he just stormed up?
Yeah, but then he would have still had a Passing Flame stuck in his hand, so he couldn't have tutored for anything.
He couldn't have tutored for anything relevant.
Yeah, because the Infernal... I mean, I guess he could have Duressed himself, but he would have only had like 6 mana, and that's not enough. Like, you have to cast Duress, Infernal Tutor, and Tendrils. So, I don't think...
No, he would have had more than 6 because there were 3 rituals. After
there was 3
because the one that broke even was a real ritual.
So that could have been a play mistake actually. Yeah, if he just played Burning Wish first, I would have got counterspelled.
Yeah, then he would have had 8 mana, so he would have been able to do that.
Oops.
Yeah, so Erik could have won this game probably.
Yeah.
Interesting.
Brain works a little bit slower in the middle of Sunday. All right, so Batterskull is going to get its first attack. Get the attack counter up to 1.
Yeah, and Erik dropping down to 7 here. Will Erik be able to find a way out of this now?
No.
There?
Is there any way? We really need to get that excitement. We need Rich Hagan. Rich Hagan can build excitement in a game that has no chance. I just can't do it. There's.
What can Erik Peters do?
What could he draw? He could have. What? No, there is no Omniscience in play. Those cannot be played.
Is he looking for the Omniscience?
All right, game's over. Erik has just conceded, I'm assuming. Yeah, they're just talking. And,
no, it's Vanilling Click. He didn't concede.
Oh wait, there's a Vanilling Click. Oh, there's the handshake. Oh, okay. I did not see the Vanilling Click. All right.
So Kobie Speth.